Hey, hey, everybody, welcome back to Good Mom. I'm Lindsay, and I'm here with Sunny.
Hi. I'm here too.
Maybe Sunny's not here. No, she's here.
I'm here.
God, you should see what we're dealing with, people. This is quite the fun adventure we're having with recording, but we are so delighted to be part of your world, and we're glad that you're wanting to spend a little time with us and learning how to be and experience and just hear the stories of what it means to be a good mom. So we're glad that today we're going to talk about something that is, I think it's hard to talk about. So I'm going to kick it off by saying I'm going to be vulnerable and just say this happened to me just this morning.
Okay.
And what was going on is the critic in my head was literally beating the crap out of me. Like, how stupid can you be? Why can't you get your stuff together? What is happening? All these things were just like chirp, 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 chirp in my head. And I finally stopped my monkey mind and said, whoa, 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 whoa. I would never say any of that to anyone. Never my kids, never my family, nobody. Why would I say it to myself? Why? And this is a practice, folks, because I can assure you I've been practicing this for 20 plus years, but it still happens.
Yep.
And I had this moment where my monkey mind was literally trying to convince me that I was the stupidest, most unorganized, most incapable person on the face of this earth. And I'm like, that's not true.
Not at all.
You're a terrible little monkey. So the inner critic, especially as a mom, there's two pieces to that. One we're going to talk about, which is how do you tame the inner critic for yourself? But secondarily, how not to unleash it on everyone else around you.
Yeah.
That's part deux, which we'll talk about in a second. So, Sunny, do you ever experience the inner critic, the voice in your head that just wants to, tell you that you're the worst human being and you should never have existed?
Yes. Yes. I think we all go through this. And I don't know, maybe us more so than moms because we feel like we have to take care of everything and it's on us to make sure everything goes perfect or whatever. But yeah, my whole life, there's things. And one of the things that I realized recently is usually when something like that happens and it strikes a nerve with me, like for example, I'm kind of a perfectionist about certain things, and when things don't happen the way I think that they should happen, and I had anything to do with it, or even if I didn't have anything to do with it, it's out of my control, I'll want to try to take control and fix it and whatever. And one of my big lessons in this life is to let it go, that it's okay. And once I realize that that's a life lesson I'm here to learn, as painful as it is, to just let it go.
Let it be.
I know, like Frozen was onto something. Let it go, let it go, right? Just let it go because, and then also thinking, okay, let's just play out this scenario for a second. Worst case scenario, or this happens or whatever it is that you're fearful of, because that's really what it is. It's like a fear.
It is.
So, okay, play that out. What's the worst that could happen? And usually,
Yeah, do you know what the fear is?
What?
It's the fear of not looking perfect.
Yeah.
And I had it too, and every mom I've ever known on some level has had that. It's like, and the operative word there being looking perfect.
Yeah.
We thought we had to have it all together, right? It was a sort of an expectation of, well, when you're a good mom,
Yes.
you do all these things so perfectly, and you have it all together, and you're put together, and you sound together, and you have it all together. And the truth of it is, no, you're not.
No,
together.
not at all.
No.
It's like those ads, Lindsay, from like the 1950s and stuff, where like women are like the Leave It to Beaver. It's like,
Yes.
really? Did she really go around looking like that? I don't think so. I don't think that's how it was.
It never was.
Yes.
But
that's the
imagery
perception
that we've been given is that that's what it's supposed to be like. And part of that is that when we feel out of control, and we'll use that word because it's important, our kids also get the feeling that they're out of control. So you do get a lot of spin-off. If you are a person who's out of control in your life a lot, you might get spin-off effect from your kids being out of control because they don't know where the edges and the boundaries are. So that's something to think about. But for a lot of us, it's like, the only way I can breathe this morning is if I have everything organized. I need Cheerios. I need this. I need that. I got that. Whatever. It's got to be all together. And this morning, I couldn't get my stuff together to save my life. Not even one thing. I left my coffee. I left my computer. I didn't even have my backdrop until 5 minutes before we were going to start. It's like, it was all there. Why did I not have it in control? And then I finally realized that is so not important.
No.
It really has become clear to me that I needed that for something in order to stay sane with the ramblings of 2 small kids.
Okay.
And you have 4. So, dear God, I don't know how you deal with that. Maybe you can talk about it a little. It's just, we don't need to be so in control. I'll leave it at that for a second.
And it's such a tough thing, too, because we are told as parents we always have to be in control.
I know.
So it's really letting go of this mindset that we've had pretty much our whole lives. And that's just it, just being able to let it go. And I don't know if there's anything magical that you can do besides understanding, and I know we've talked about this before, but that there's a reason that things happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it may be so that you can learn, so someone else can learn from it or whatever. And taking on all that responsibility and putting all that on your shoulders, it's not fair to you. And if you keep it with you the whole day, Lindsay, like you were talking about, oh, I forgot this, and then this happened, and probably the anxiety is building up, right? Because you're already down about forgetting the first thing, and then you didn't bring something else or whatever happened. Then it snowballs, and then it's like you're manifesting negative things in your life because you're down about that first thing.
That's exactly
Whereas if you could have let it go, and this happens to all of us, right? So, I'm not immune to this, but if we just learn to let that first thing go, you'll find that your subsequent experiences are so much better because you didn't have the snowball effect.
And she is totally speaking the truth, people.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what. So this morning when I started to get on the spiral of, oh no, oh no, oh no, I went, okay, pause, take a deep breath and set an intention.
Yes.
My intention is to be fully present and fully engaged and doing the greatest work possible to help moms in the world.
Right.
And that's my intention. Does it really, really matter that the backdrop didn't show up until 5 minutes before? Not really. If I was maybe in a situation where Sunny was, she only had 15 minutes and we were like, okay, it might have mattered more, but we had scheduled enough time and we knew that it was going to be easy. So letting it go gets easier when you get clear about what's your intention.
Right.
And then you can just kind of be focused on that. My intention is to be here for you guys, the audience, and for Sunny and for the families that are going to be affected by all this good information. So that's it. Who cares about the lights?
Yeah, exactly. And it's about the journey, and it's about what you learn along the way. And I think so many times we just want to get to the end of the journey. It's like we don't really appreciate where we're at because we're so focused on either the future or the past. And Lindsay, I know we've talked about this, how important it is to be in the now. And it's a place that most of us don't exist in because we're never present. We're never in the now. We're always thinking about something that happened in the past, something that is going to happen in the future, how to prevent something from happening in the future. And instead, life passes you by because you don't embrace what's happening now. And they're like, time, that's where we get the expression, time flies. Why? Because you weren't in the now. You were never in the now. You were always someplace else. That's worrying about something.
True. Always worried about something else.
I know.
So that now button.
Yeah.
I wish Staples would come up with one of those.
We'll come up with it.
Okay,
we don't need Staples. We need a now button.
All right, we're going to have the good mom now button because that's it.
Right.
I mean, just be in the now.
Yep.
And the bigger trick too is to recognize, just take that pause moment that your monkey is not in charge. The mind thing that's going on to tell you that you're not worthy, you're stupid, you don't know what's happening,
right.
all the things that it can say is BS.
That's right.
None of it's real. So if you can just pause for 5 seconds, that'll get you in the now.
Yeah.
And I used to say, thank you for sharing, monkey. I'm going to my destiny.
I love that you called a monkey.
I love it. Mine turned into a gorilla at one point.
I bet it did.
It's still a cute little monkey now. Thank you, monkey. I'm going to my destiny. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate you. Because it isn't wanting to hurt you, so to speak. That's not
Right.
its point. It's actually trying to keep you, in its own mind, keep you safe from something, whether you look bad, mess up, do something wrong, blah 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 blah. That's what it thinks it's doing.
Yes.
But it's a program.
It
And
is.
it's a program that you had at age 5, not
Yeah.
age 55. So,
Yes. Yeah, and it's true. So, Lindsay, what we're really talking about, that monkey is ego.
oh,
That's
1000%.
ego.
Yeah. And it's there. And it's
Yeah.
supposed to be there.
It is
And
supposed to be there.
The Buddhists call it monkey mind because it chatters all the time. It's a chatter,
Yes.
chatter, chatter, chatter. You can't, there's no such thing. And in fact, people think that meditation means your mind goes completely quiet. You can make your mind go completely quiet if you want to spend months, days, years, whatever, in that experience of making your mind go quiet.
Yeah.
And I would argue that, okay, that's great, but you don't have to, especially when you're chasing around kids and dogs and whatever else you have that's going on in your life. Just recognizing the monkey, giving it its due. I love you, monkey. Thank you.
Yes.
I have bigger things to do. And then set your intention. What are you
Right.
trying to do?